Welcome back to 120 Sports. It's me, WrestleZone Radio, and Bischoff on Wrestling's Nick Hausman, joined as always by Upgroove's Justin LaBar. And Justin, let's talk about the thing that is really giving me the heebie-jeebies right now. Something that's making me feel a little uncomfortable. Something that's making my skin crawl. And that is the idea that Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens may no longer be best friends. Do you think that this past episode of Monday Night Raw was the final nail in the coffin for these two former BFFs?
I don't know about final nail because they are slowly hammering away at this. I don't know about final nail. Again, with having a pay-per-view coming later this month, I think that could be timed around that or the Raw right thereafter. But it's certainly heading that direction. You know, you say you had the heebie-jeebies. To WWE, they got to be smelling money. I mean, because rarely, this is as old school gets, where you can have two guys who the audience had such a certain feeling one way or the other about in their relationship, and just the slow build, the slow milk. I mean, we saw it months ago. We knew months ago the end game was this, that they would start to break up. But WWE is just, it's a great job. Just milk this, and whenever these two finally do, whenever the first punch really is thrown, whenever these two finally start to get physical with each other, and the eventual match happens, whew, that's gonna be big business there.
Well, when will this match happen? That seems to be the big question. You know, of course, on Monday night, we talk about the slow roll for the break between these two. Kevin Owens coming out, costing Chris Jericho his U.S. Championship match against Roman Reigns, where, he could have walked out. They could have both been the Universal Champion and the U.S. Champion, have the Team Jericho carrying around those belts. But instead, no, Chris Jericho lost that bout. To me, this feels like they're gonna pull this thing out all the way until WrestleMania, I think, Justin. I don't think we're gonna see these two have a formal bout until then. And of course, that looks to be the last match or pay-per-view that Chris Jericho could be appearing at, because Fozzy is now announced for a couple of music tour dates immediately after WrestleMania wraps up.
Well, certainly this could be built with the luster for WrestleMania, as I just said, because of how they've milked this. I can't see them drawing that much more all the way to that point. I mean, I look at this as a Royal Rumble match. I look at this as a great way to have the title defended at Royal Rumble, which obviously Royal Rumble is anchored around the 30-man match, which is going to have Goldberg, it's going to have Lesnar, but this will also give the title match some prestige behind it. And Kevin Owens, obviously the unorthodox champion, unorthodox in the WWE history, and the unorthodox in Vince McMahon's eyes. It's potentially a last chance for if they want to have somebody else, I guess in the case maybe Chris Jericho, be the Universal title holder on the road to Mania, and if not, it'll be Kevin Owens' show all the way to the big event in April.
Yeah, I will do this kind of premonition. We'll see if I'm right or not. I would imagine Chris Jericho may cause Kevin Owens to lose that title at this upcoming pay-per-view, and then they'll both be in the Royal Rumble match. And that way, then you don't have a singles bout between them. You can kind of continue to see that build. Do you think I may be wrong with my premonition there, Justin?
No, not necessarily. Again, it's not what I think is going to happen, but I don't think it's a bad. It's certainly not a bad guess. I mean, it makes you wonder, why do we have the U.S. champion and Roman Reigns going up against the Universal champion and Kevin Owens at this pay-per-view? So again, unless they feel that they don't want Kevin Owens on the road to Mania with the title, which there's an argument, that's a whole other debate we can have. If they feel they don't want that, then yeah, it goes back to Roman Reigns, and we see how that experiment goes again.
All right, well, hey, you know what? We encourage you to take part in that debate. Head over to Twitter at 120 Sports, and we're going to be back right here with even more for Wrestling Punditry.